I'm your host, Locum23. You're joining me for Court of Nightfall, Chapter 12. You and Jack spend the next day wandering Castle Viani, absorbing the latest gossip about the Times Square incident. In the evening, you finally post up to Jack's dorm room to gather your thoughts. It's a very bright bathroom. I need to see the Chancellor. I've got a lot of questions that need answering, but first, I need to change. Sundress and a sweater. School style. Basic. Jack shifts in his bed, or seat, and rises from the bed. He jumps suddenly, his e-glass flashing. So you're gonna go talk to the Chancellor Forrester? Okay, be safe. The castle's spooky at night. Kisses your cheek. Wait, what are we? Jack suddenly looks puzzled. What do you mean? We're friends, Jax, but I don't know if we should be more than friends. Why is this being forced on us? Like out of nowhere. I don't know what we should be. Like, I feel overwhelmed. I need some time. I can't deal with all this right now, Jax. I don't know how I feel about whatever this is. And I don't think right now is the time for me to figure it out. My life is changing in crazier ways every single day. I need to find my footing and steady myself before I can even think about us in that way. Oh. He looks a bit sad for a moment and then works his face back into a smile. Well, I'm here for you, Star. No matter what. Jax's e-glass still flashing. He presses a button and softens his tone. I have to go. In case I don't see you tonight, get some rest. They should be done setting up your room soon. He gestures to the thumbprint scanner just outside the door. I've already set the lock to your thumbprint, so you're welcome in my room anytime. Jax, before you go... Yeah, Scarlet? What you did for all those people today. Back when the Gravier went out of control. You did good. You're a good person. Thanks. I hope you're right. Mystery music. Suspenseful. You head out of the dorms and towards the Chancellor's office. You listen at the door and hear Ragathan shouting. I almost have the rebels in my grasp, Chancellor. But you don't have them, do you, Ragathan? And now the whole city is afraid. You should never have kept this plan from the Council. A public execution at the largest festival of the year, in one of the largest cities. This was not approved. I have proved it. The rebels have spies, Forrester. Not within the Council. Do you really think so poorly of our discretion? My apologies, Chancellor. We'll discuss this tomorrow. Go attend to your duties. Footsteps as the door swings open. Ragathan's wearing a scarf covering the bite wound you gave him yesterday. You. His eyes narrow, and for a second your chest tightens with fear. Listening on the Council matters, and the offense punishable by flame, child. You breathe a small sigh of relief. He doesn't recognize you as his attacker. Good thing I commanded him to forget what happened when I was controlling his mind. Is beating defenseless women your idea of a good time, Councilman? Although, since the Shadow of Rome got away, I guess what you love is getting beaten by women yourself. You insolent little Ragathan. Your grandfather's cane clicks against the floor as he walks to the doorway. Scarlet and I have a meeting, unless there's something else you need. No, Chancellor, excuse me. Ragathan stares daggers at you before walking off in a huff. Come along, Scarlet. It's a nice office you have. Mahogany. You... It gets me every time. You enter Chancellor Forrester's office. It's cozy, with a warm hearth and a whistling kettle. Care for something to drink? Sure. What do I want? Coffee! Do you have any coffee around? I could use the caffeine. He pours you a cup and places it on his mahogany desk. God damn it, I called it before I even knew! A small white cat walks around your legs purring. Now, what can I help you with today, granddaughter? Should I ask about? Nothing. I'm just here because I felt it was time for us to chat. How are you, grandfather? Somehow I think you're concerned about more than just my well-being. As you must be aware, the incident in the city was not authorized by the Council. An execution, perhaps, but not a public one in Times Square. Not as bait. with innocent lives on the line. Hmm. Ragathon sent out his inquisitive troops without approval. He's hot-headed and does what he wants. Can't you do anything to rein him in? Ragathon's insane. I can't stop Ragathon alone. I'm but one voice on a council of 5, and Ragathon's got favor of at least 2 other members. So you need my help. Is that what you're getting at? Right now, I need all the help I can get. You and that young knight of yours are no mere pawns. He gestures at a half-played chess game. You're not really doing the chess metaphor, are you? I mean, it's a good metaphor, though. He laughs, placing a tentative hand on one of the knights. I'm old. I take joy where I can find it. You sigh, thinking back to the last few days. Images of the winged warrior flash through your mind, and vengeance fills your thoughts. Did the Inquisition finish their investigation at my house? Yes. And? They found nothing but blood, Scarlet. I'm sorry. What about my parents? Gone, I'm afraid. So the Nephilim has them. Which were once your parents, yes. But I'm curious. You seem insistent that what killed your parents was a Nephilim. I hear that it's from you so often now, Nephilim this, Nephilim that. It's fascinating to me, you see. What? It was a warrior with wings. Like in all the stories I used to hear about before the war ended 5 years ago. Yes, I suppose Nephilim were in the spotlight back then. It would make sense you'd guess that. Well, what else could it have been if not a Nephilim? Nephilim aren't the only things born to the sky, child. What is he talking about? If the Templars are known for keeping secrets, even from the other orders of the knighthood, could a knight from another order, like an Inquisitor or Teton, have wanted to get their hands on the weapon? Ah, good instinct. I like your suspicion, unfortunately, though that's not the case. Consider something similar to the Nephilim, but greater, the divine warriors themselves. Like angels? But they're not real, right? I mean, that's the stuff of old legends. Ah, yes, there are many people who would like you to believe that. He sips his tea and chuckles. But I think you and I both know that the Knights, especially the Templars, thrive on secrets. Secrets that could change the face of this world, but are kept under lock and key. So grandfather thinks it was an angel, but he can't tell me. He'd be breaking oaths. I need to think more on this, but I can't ask him about angels again, or he might say too much and get busted. So what are the Nephilim exactly? What were they after? It was said that the first Nephilim were the result of angels mating with humans. They were diluted form of the Holy Ones. The Zeniths are said to be even further diluted, the offspring of Nephilim and humans throughout the generations. So Nephilim were effectively a species of super Zeniths that fed on blood. Like vampires, but not quite. Great. So we're a Nephilim. Please don't tell me vampires are real now. I don't think I can take it. The Chancellor laughs, waving his hands. Not to worry. They've been extinct for centuries, Nephilim, on the other hand, haven't. Nephilim could turn others into Nephilim through biting, usually on the neck. Oh, shit. And we bit Ragathorn. Right, I remember now. They used to play anti-Nephilim news reels on TV when I was a kid. Some studly little knight guy would come on screen and tell us to stay away from the bloodsuckers. It was so cheesy. The Nephilim had other powers too, right? Indeed. Many had unique powers, much like Zeniths do, but they all shared incredibly sharp instincts and senses. Nephilim were strong, healed quickly, and were a force to be reckoned with. When the war began, we thought perhaps some Nephilim would side with us, but no. You see, they shared a certain connection among their community. Few would break ranks or betray their own. So like the total opposite of humans. I swear half the knighthood hates the other half's guts. Exactly. An army of willingly obedient super soldiers with wings? That was who we faced. Spooky, yes? The Orders considered making our own army of Nephilim once, but the risk of them turning against us was too great. Well, yeah, since Nephilim can just create more Nephilim on and on, it means someone could make a massive army in no time. But if the Nephilim chose to follow someone other than the orders, like another Nephilim or another cause, one by one, they'd all betray you. You are a good strategist, Scarlet, wiser than the orders who refused to let go of the dubious plan. Instead, they left the last shreds of its blueprints locked away in the middle of nowhere, town with a seemingly average family. Shit. We were seemingly average to you, question mark? I feel like she should be really clued onto this, and I feel like she's not. Realization hits you. You know what? Alright. Chapters, you're a little ahead of me today. It looks like you actually beat me. Realization hits you. The crystal, the Nephilim, the seeds for sprouting a whole new army. Wait, then that means the weapon isn't a device. Grandfather nods. It's the last Nephilim. And it turned me, and I'm a Nephilim too. You're as sharp as your mother. The last Nephilim was encased in that crystal as a last resort, in case we needed that army. So the things who killed my parents could have been Nephilim, but probably weren't. It's hard to say. The silence hangs in the air as you process the information. So the Nephilim are not extinct. Angels are real. Ragathon wanted to create a Nephilim army so the orders would be unstoppable. And you bit him and created him into a I'm done. And you bit him. You just allowed him to go create the super army. Oh god. Quite the idea, isn't it? Your grandfather clears his throat. Not to change the subject, but have you given any more thought to my offer joining the orders? What should I say? Tell him you'll think about it. I'm still on the fence. I haven't gone home yet. I want to take some time before I really decide. He sits in silence for a moment, rubbing his chin. He grins softly. Very well. I'll be sure to the soldiers give you a ride to the airstrip. Your plane's already been refueled. Thank you. You start to leave your grandfather's chambers when he calls out to you. Scarlet, I want you to know. Yes? Your parents were very respected in this castle. If the way you've behaved today was an indication, you'll do them proud. Thanks, grandfather. Chancellor's face is beaming as you leave the castle. Maybe he knows more than he's also letting on. The knights take you to the airstrip and you hop on the passenger side of the plane to start the preparations. You handle the pre-flight checklist quickly, anxious to get in the air. Hey, wait, what's this? Someone left me a gift? There's a note to Scarlet. Thought you might need this. Probably from Jax. It doesn't say who it's from. What should I do? Talk to your grandfather. We just came from him. Chancellor Forrester must have sent this. You jump out of the plane with a box in hand. You rush yourself to the soldier who dropped you off. Excuse me, could I use an e-glass to contact the Chancellor? You hand you an e-glass and you dial your grandfather's personal line. Chancellor Forrester, I wanted to thank you for the present before I take off. Present? I haven't seen you any present, Scarlet. You look down puzzled. You open the box to find a slightly cracked e-glass inside. It's refurbished e-glass 6. Who else could have given me this? Jax, you smuck! It's an upgrade from my old e-glass 3 I was living with all those years, but still strange. I assigned 3 soldiers to guard your vehicle, but I've received no reports of suspicious figures. Whoever it was must know I like hacking in my spare time. This e-glass model is famous for having an easy-to-crack software. That means it'll be super customizable. It's a rare version, too. Probably why they had to buy it secondhand. I guess I've made some interesting friends lately. I wonder who's responsible. I've no clue who sent you that gift, Scarlet, but I hope you enjoy it all the same. Well, thanks, I guess. You hang up the line and reach into your sock. Pull Ivy's chip out and slot it in your new machine. You press the power button. After a couple seconds, it beeps and you're reunited with an old friend. Evie, that was my favorite digital pal. Hello, Scarlet. All systems online. How are you today? The plane takes to the sky and you watch Castle Viani disappear below. Scarlet, did you know that... No, I'm not colorblind anymore. Well, then what do you need me for? Just as a travel companion now. What am I, Siri now? Maybe. Well, what should we talk about? Just shut up. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe or already subscribe, make sure to hit that bell so you receive notifications. And also head down the description below, links to social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. And if you're interested in joining me for our journey here, we'll be doing Detroit Becomes Human on Twitch. There's a link for that always in every single description of the videos. And also, not just will we be streaming just Detroit Becomes Human, because we already did that, but I plan on replaying it, changing some paths, seeing what we can change, and trying to save some lives, or maybe kill some people, question mark, we'll never know. Also GTA, Vampire, which comes out on June 5th, a lot of other really cool games that I plan on streaming. We have quite the expansive library that I wouldn't mind, going on a journey with you guys, exploring a lot of different games, and especially ones that are coming out in the near future as well. Without further ado, thank you all for joining, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.